Hi. I don't really have an opening bit ready for this one, so I guess we're just gonna see. I can't be the only one that remembers Clockstoppers, right? Right? For anyone who doesn't know, which I'm assuming is the majority of you, Clockstoppers was I guess, sci-fi movie made in 2002 by Nickelodeon. It's about this kid named Zach, and he finds this watch, and basically, it stops time. And it doesn't. It slows. It makes him super fast, so it seems like time is standing still. Like the Doppler effect. Also, there's a character named Doppler. You know. Like the Doppler effect. I don't know. It's just weird. The movie feels very 2000s. It begins with the main character wanting a car that's $7,000. It's a brand new Mustang. Really goes to show how bad inflation has gotten over the past 20 years. But basically, it just begins with him doing BMX tricks to All the Small Things by Blink-182. How more 2000s can you possibly get than that? Now, I just watched the movie, and again, I didn't write down any notes or anything, so it's not like this is gonna be super detailed or anything. I'm just gonna recount what I remembered, what stood out to me the most. To further cement how 2000s this movie is, Zach's best friend, that character, works at a skate shop that sells paintball gear and rock climbing gear, and there's a giant rock wall outside that you can climb, and it really feels like the directors wanted you to know that this was post 9/11. That's the only way I could possibly describe it. It's like so upbeat and positive, and like it's was optimistic. It's just a really stupid movie. And I don't really know how else to describe it other than it's just really stupid. There's this scene where the bullies of the film, I really think Zach is the true bad guy, but they're at a rave with a bunch of kids, and there's this DJ off. I don't know what the term is, DJ competition, I don't know. But the bullies of the movie are competing to be the best DJ, and so is Zach's friend. But Zach's friend happens to be really terrible at it. So they stop time, and they control his body like a little puppet, and they make him do all this crazy stuff, and they make the bad guy do all this embarrassing stuff, like he backs that ass up. It's pretty hot, right? And then they make him spin around a lot, and all the people in the crowd are laughing at him and making fun of the bad guy. But all I could think was, why are people not impressed that he was just spinning there for like a full minute in the midair? Dude's a fucking witch. But yeah, they make their friend do all these tricks, and I don't know why I'm doing the hand motions. If I don't show it up on screen, then you know what? It might be funnier if I just show you the hand motions and don't elaborate in any way. But yeah, they make their friend do all this crazy stuff to win the DJ off, but they're not even making him do DJ stuff. They're making him dance. It's not a dance competition. Why are they making him dance? And then things just get worse from there. They drop their friend off and pull down his pants, and that is the last time he is seen in the movie. He did not, I don't think he needed to be in this movie. I think they just added him for padding. There's something else I could have been doing that would have been way, way better. Oh, that's how you do it. Later on in the movie, there's these big bad guys. They're supposed to be the bad guys. They're revealed, and they're working this dude named Doppler. He's this super old dude. They're working him to the bone, trying to make these watches work and not like age you, I guess, because I guess they make you age super rapidly because you're in hyper time, as they call it. And I just feel like, what's the point? Because like, it's, if you know anything about physics and science like that, it just makes you feel like the smartest person in the room watching this movie, because it is just so unbelievably dumb. In the movie, there's this scene where it's just after the initial, like, oh, holy crap, this watch makes me move all fast and stuff. Him and the girl character, her name is Francesca. She's one of the main characters. She's not really important. She's just kind of there, and that's it. But they go into town while the watch is on, and they just wreak havoc, honestly. Like, there's this meter maid that I guess keeps giving Francesca tickets. So, of course, to mess with her, they put a dog in the car that she's writing a ticket for, and the dog is peeing. So they put a peeing dog in the car. And I was thinking about it. That really doesn't mess with the meter maid. That really just messes up the day of whose ever car that is, because she's writing a ticket for it. It's not her car that dog is peeing in. That's someone else's car. Zach is the villain. They also make this dude's nose ring, like, attached to, like, they looped it through the bike, like a spoke on a bike's tire. And I know he's, like, the bully, and he's this super douchey character, but, like, I just feel bad, because I have a nose ring. I know that would just hurt so bad. Like, why... Who does that to a person? There's another point in the movie where Zach is running from the police because him and Doppler got in a van after the bad people were searching Zach's house, and Doppler found him, and they go on a big chase, and Zach unfortunately crashes the van he's driving into a river and gets the watch wet. So the cops are looking for him, and essentially Zach wakes up in, like, a hospital bed, and the police are questioning him, but he's like, oh, sorry, I gotta pee. And as we all know, all arrests can be held off by two simple words. But yeah, he's like, I gotta pee. So then he goes into the bathroom, and then he puts the watch underneath one of those whirl dryer things that like dry your hand with hot air. And the officer's like, hey, what are you doing in there? And he replies, sorry, I can't pee without some noise. Why would that be your excuse? What, you could have just said, I'm just finishing up in here, I'm just washing my hands. You could have said that. But anyway, he's holding his watch underneath the dryer, because obviously he got wet when he crashed his van into a river. But it slowly comes back to working, and he activates hyper time and escapes dressed as a policeman officer. I just want to point out, I am not a computer guy. I am not very savvy when it comes to messing with motherboards and microchips and stuff, but I do know that if you get electronics, like, fully submerged in water like that and they stop working, there's not that many ways to fix it, and putting them under a world dryer for sure is not one of those ways to fix it. It's just not. You can't do that. It's broken. It's broken now. You can't but yeah, so he's running from the cops, and he goes to Francesca's house, and they're having a big dinner in her big ass house because she's really rich. I don't remember why. They explain why. I don't remember. It doesn't matter. He sneaks into her room and writes her a note saying, hey, I'm here. Don't get all naked on me. But then she finds out he's in the bathroom peeing, which, why didn't he just pee in the hospital? Dummy. You could have said you were peeing, and then you didn't have to say you could only pee with noise. But he's peeing, and then he finally gets out of the restroom, and he's like, I didn't just come here to pee. I also want to use your phone. And it's like, bro, you didn't wash your hands. There was no sink. There was just a flush, and then he opened the door. That's gross. He got pee hands. That's actually gonna be my rap name. It's Lil Pee Hands. It's weird because it goes from this, like, super upbeat, really fun movie about this watch into, like, a sort of crime drama for, like, half a second, and then it turns into a heist because they meet back up with Doppler. They find out, oh, the bad guys have Zach's dad, and so they just spend, like, 10 minutes of the film. It's just padding for runtime at this point. They're just doing this, and it's like, but yeah, they just set up all this heist stuff, and I lied. The friend from earlier actually does show up in one scene because they sell them paintballs that you could shoot, little paintballs of liquid nitrogen, which that's also not how that works. They would explode in that chamber. That's how liquid nitrogen works. If you contain it into it, the gas will expand, and then it go. They finally get to the place where they're holding his dad, and it's like, we're gonna do this, we're gonna sneak in there, and then I guess liquid nitrogen is what slows down the people from hypertime, so that's why they have paintballs filled with liquid nitrogen. I didn't explain that earlier. They just go in there for the heist. The heist is they're trying to get the dad out. I'm not explaining any of this very well because I just watched it, and I understand my ADHD is making this a little frantic, and I apologize, but I'm not really that sorry. They go in to get his dad out, and then it's like, oh, they're being super sneaky, and he shoots a guy in the elevator, and he goes like, "Rah." That's what noise they make. And then they go down the elevator, and I didn't even explain that Doppler fixed the watch. Yeah, Doppler found another identical watch during the heist scene and fixed it into a new one, and then Zach grabs the old one out of the trash can, and he's like, what are you doing? I could sell that on eBay for $10. He gets caught in the elevator. When he's going down, Francesca is already revealed to be caught, and boring. I've stopped this boring ass video, your regularly scheduled programming, to say I'm gonna tell you a story from my childhood, and also I wanna. This is an advertisement for my new and upcoming podcast, Who Shot Hannibal? But we're gonna get to that, because when I was a child, I used to pee in the corner of my bedroom.
Previously on Who Shot Hannibal.
Thank you for going to the First Year Podcast, the very first podcast where a white 20-year-old talks about his life problems. I think my biggest issue is, like, what's up with all these fucking, what's with these fucking bees going around, dude? Like, you're all yellow and shit. Like, where even are they? Where even are bees? Only bees I like are boobies. Am I right, gentlemen? High five.
They take the watch from him and bring him to where his dad is. And then they're like, hey, we got these guys, you gotta fix the watch. And he's like, no, I will not fix the watch unless he is safe. His son. He's talking about his son. I don't think I'm explaining any of this well at all. But the scientist, the dad, is like, well, I refuse to do it if he's in danger. And the bad guy's like, aw, man, well, I guess I'll just kill him then. And the dad's like, well, okay, I'll do your little science, mister. I'll do your science. So they start doing the science, and then Zach, he realizes that if he just tries to break the window, they're gonna completely close off visibility to them, and they're gonna use that to their advantage. So Zach does that. He sticks a screwdriver in the door frame so they can't open the door, and then he goes into hypertime while in hypertime, and he phases through objects and stuff. It's super. Basically, he turned himself into a particle accelerator. That's what that is. It's just awful, but he escapes the thing because obviously he can just phase through it. So he escapes it and starts stopping the bad guys, and they finally get the door open, and they realize something. Oh, hey, there's this butane torch going. Well, I wonder what that's going to do. Oh, the whole lab explodes. Boom jams, and then the doctor and Francesca were somehow fine in there. They hid under a table, because that's how explosions that's how those kinds of explosions work. That's not dumb at all. And then the villain's like, "Say goodnight, little man." And then Doppler shoots him with liquid nitrogen, and he's like, "Say goodnight, little man." And then he shoots him more with the liquid nitrogen, and the bad guy's like, "Ah!" And then Doppler's like, "Yeah, it hurts, doesn't it?" So and then the cops get to the lab and arrest the bad guys for reasons that are still unclear. I don't know how they're bad guys. I think they just wanted to watch. The bad guys get arrested, and Doppler and the dad are sitting in the lab, and Doppler's like, "Hey, can you reverse my age in this age reversing machine?" And the dad's like, "No, I never even tested it." So Doppler's like, "Okay, guess I'll just open my MacBook and I'm gonna do it myself." So he does. The mom character, there's a mom character. She's not important to the story. Neither is the little sister. But the dad finally comes home, and the mom opens the door, and she's like, "Oh, I missed you so much. So much has happened. Where's Zach at?" And the dad's like, "Zach will be here soon." And he pulls up with Francesca in his new Mustang, because he's so hot and cool. He's like Todd Howard. But yeah, he shows up in the Mustang, and he's like, "Yeah, check this out. We're gonna have a friend over for a while." And then it's Doppler, and he's all young, and Zach's sister's like, "Oh my haba, haba. But they're like, whoa, 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 you're a child. He's not. He's like 80, kinda. So they're like, oh, well, scooch over, Doppler. My sister's getting in the back seat with you. And then they ride off into the sunset, and then he's driving on both sides of the street at the same time. He's right in the middle. My mom calls that playing Pac-Man. Try it with your friends. But yeah, they drive off into the sunset, and the cops are like, oh, he's going too fast and also driving in the middle of the street. And then as the cop tries to get him, he activates hyper time. So he escapes. That's it. That's how the movie ends. So yeah, let me know what you thought of this video. I certainly enjoyed making it. I enjoyed talking about this terrible movie from my childhood that I'm certain no one remembers. Once again, let me know how you guys feel about the unscripted face cam videos. I would love to know how you feel about them. I certainly enjoy making them. I think they're super fun and really authentic to me. I think that's the reason I stopped making scripted videos for a little bit, because I realized while making them I was trying to be something that I'm not. I don't want to do that. I want to be me on videos. So that's what this is. But yeah, if you liked it, give it a like. If you heard of this movie, give us a comment. If you haven't heard of this movie, give us a comment anyway. Hit the little bell, all that good stuff. Oh, and in case I don't see you, good afternoon, good evening, and good night.